what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. This might be the final podcast of 2023. And with that being said, we're going to get into one of our favorite segments of this podcast where we go over what we'll be watching for the new anime season. And honestly, it's crazy. This is going to be winter 2024, the first season of 2024. Can't believe it's finally here. But this is your first time here. I'm your boy Ari, and I'm with my co-host Owen. Say what's up.
What's going on, guys? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. New Year's right around the corner. It's holiday times. Everyone's just chilling. But first, I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting us for this past year. We would not be here and we would not be continuing to make these episodes if it wasn't for y'all guys' support every single week. We really appreciate literally everything from the Discord to the Instagram. Every single comment and every single share, it allows us to continue doing what we do, and it literally gives us a motivation. So thank you guys so much.
Hell yeah. And with 2024 coming in, I promise y'all, I'm about to go crazy. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah.
But before we get into the video, quick shout out to our sponsor, DropClick. Owen, that's all you, my guy.
Got you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have a desk setup, I know most of you guys do, spice it up a little bit. We got mouse pads and keycaps. If you guys are controller players that play on like a standard PS4 or PS5 controller, definitely go check out the trigger stops. They allow you to aim, shoot, and react quicker. But again, if you guys are trying to spice up your setup and have it, kind of themified, definitely go check out our website and use code Anime Plus for any mouse pads and keycaps.
Yeah, 10% off.
Yep, 10% off, code Anime Plus.
Hell yeah. But let's get into the video. So basically what this segment is we get a general list of all the anime that's coming out in this particular season. Again, this is winter 2024. And what me and Owen do is we go through it, and obviously if there's sequels, we'll talk about it a little bit. But if they're not, we'll read the synopsis. Obviously, for the most part, a lot of these anime we don't really know about unless they're highly anticipated. And then we'll kind of give our reactions, whether we'll be watching it or if we're not going to be watching it. And but before we do that, we actually have rankings from our Discord that from the previous season. So this will be fall 2023. So what we did is we gathered all the people in our Discord, shout out to them, and we had them vote. They gave us a ranking of 1 through 8, and then I kind of put it through my model. And from that model, we got a ranking of 1 through 8. So this is our community ranking. So if you guys want, I would totally pause on the video and kind of just guess what anime from that particular season, last season, you think would be in the top 8. But Owen, do you have any guesses, or should I just get right to this?
Honestly, for me, I can't really guess too much because I feel like this season was me mostly catching up on other seasons.
Fair.
Right. So I haven't been really too involved in the season, honestly. Even Spy Family, it came out this season.
Mm-hmm.
I still watch. I'm still not on. I mean, I just started the second season. Just started it. So again, it's been a catch-up season for me. But just go right into it, honestly.
All right. So based on our model, what we got is coming in at number 1. Actually, we should start from the bottom. Coming in at number 8, we got Tokyo Revengers. 7 is Shy. Number 6 is Jujutsu Kaisen. Number 5,
6?
Yeah, right?
God damn, that's disrespectful, but let's go.
Number 5 is the Apothecary Diaries. Number 4 is Shangri-La. Number 3 is Undead Unluck, which low-key was one of my favorite in this season, I'm not going to lie. Number 2 is Spy Family, and number 1 is Free Aaron, which was an undisputed number 1. Like, most people had this as their number 1 choice.
Damn, bro. Oh, is Free Aaron, is it very new, first season?
Yeah, brand new.
Okay, so I want to just say one thing about the list before we get into it. Honestly, I haven't watched a majority of them, so I can't really give my take on, a couple of them. But the thing is, I think because JJK has already aired, it's not its first season, it's been airing for a bit. I think that's the reason why it's 6th. But to give my honest opinions on JJK this season, bro, that shit is a masterpiece this season. I know me and Aray, we kind of clowned on the first season on how we don't remember shit from it. But when I rewatched the first season, it was extremely good again. but I didn't think that they were gonna get better with the second season, and that's exactly what they did. Like the second season, we got introduced to like crazy characters. We got introduced to the pasts of existing characters, and we also saw character development of existing characters, and it was insane. It was kind of like a war arc, kind of. And I love JJK season two. I don't know how it was sixth, but yeah, let's get into like the first one. What's like the synopsis of Free Aaron, or what is that?
Are you want to talk about free Aaron? So free Aaron is basically like it's so obviously think about like a typical fantasy world. There's like mages and warriors and heroes and all that. And then there's let's just make it up. Like there's a villain, like a demon king. I think they call it demon king. So this is set after the party of four. So the mage, the priest, the hero, and the warrior, they all basically already defeated the demon king. This takes place after that, where the main character, Frieren, she's an elf, and elves they live a lot longer than normal humans. So she's already outlived most of her party, and she has a long life, so she doesn't really give a fuck, to be honest. And that time she spent with them defeating the Demon King was a very small part of her life. So most of it is just her realizing, like, oh shit, all these memories, they really do matter. And she takes on apprentices. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's kind of like a feel happy, melancholy type of story. But it's definitely very deep though.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why that's number one. Honestly, still don't know how JJK six, but I mean, I've been watching Spy Family, bro. It's been nice. It's been chill.
Fire.
Like even from season one, I we said this in the last podcast, but like season I'm getting into like different types of anime where it's less like shonen heavy and it's more like story based and less fighting. I think I do want to rewatch FMAB and Code Geass because of that. Because I feel like okay, I watched those two anime when I was in a very shonen heavy stage, and I used to base the anime off of how good the fights are, how well like the character progresses in the fights, all that. But I think FMAB and Code Geass were both not geared towards the fighting itself, but more towards the plot.
Mm.
The plot of what's going on. And I think I might need to give them a rewatch. I'll see. But yeah, there's just been a lot of new stuff coming out, and it's just been a lot to take in, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But yo, if you guys want to impact the voting, because I know this might not be indicative to what you vote. To be honest, only like 3 or 4 of mine were even on this list. So yeah, definitely join our Discord and you guys can impact the rankings for the next season. But yo, with that being said, do you want to finally start this new winter season of 2024?
Before we start that, I just want to know your top like 8 or 4 top 5 list of the season.
Okay.
That's yeah.
I wrote it down somewhere. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here's mine. So I haven't had a chance to check out a ton of the newer ones that came out in the last previous season, so a lot of mine are going to be sequels. But what I had was number one was Tokyo Revengers. This season Loki Fire. Then I had Doctor
Yeah,
Stone.
I don't know how that was seventh
Yeah, I
or
mean it
eighth. I
was
mean,
me and two other people that voted for it only. So,
damn. Okay.
um, number two Doctor Stone. I love the anime, so might be a little unbiased here. And then
Oh,
Undead,
facts, bro. Facts.
right? That's what I'm
Dr. Stone
saying.
was on there. Facts, bro. What's going on here?
Undead Unluck, Loki, I love the anime. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. Then I had Free Aaron, I had Shangri-La, Spy Fam, and then JJK. I haven't caught up to JJK, but at the time of this recording, those are the only ones I've watched. So I put that was my top seven. I didn't even do an eight yet.
I'm telling you, bro. Just watch JJK, man. Like, you know me. Like, I used to say JJK is whatever. It's not that good. It doesn't have substance. This is that. But, bro, this season really changed my perspective on JJK. And, bro, even the fights, just everything insane. It's just sick. But yeah, let's get into the winter of 2023 to 2024.
Yeah. So basically this season starts in January. Usually the first few days
Okay.
they have off because of like the holidays and New Year's and whatnot. But yeah, this basically carries all the way to the end of March. But yo, real talk though, we know that 2024 is absolutely loaded. The winter season is probably the weakest of the four seasons, which it is what it is, but we just had some heat and fall, so it's to be expected. A little bit of a cool off, and then until we get to spring and summer, I'm telling y'all that's fire. But yeah, that's just like a general scope on this. But the first anime that we're gonna be talking about is the one I'm most hyped up about. The one I've actually read the entire manhwa. It's basically a webtoon before it was even. It's a webtoon. It's not even a manga, which is crazy for it to be number one. It is Solo Leveling.
Yeah, bro. I remember when we first got into um what do you call it? Webtoons.
Yeah,
And you were talking about solo leveling and your cousin was telling you how good it is. And bro, damn.
bro.
So what's the story about? Solo leveling.
Okay. So honestly, after I read the synopsis, it's kind of lackluster. It's a lot more deeper than that, in my opinion. But basically, long story short, these things called gates, they start opening up, and hunters are randomly awakened throughout the world. Not everyone's a hunter. And the thing with hunters, they're ranked like, D, C, B, A, S class, and all that stuff. You can't move up in ranking. So you are what you are. If you awaken as a D class, you stay a D class forever. You know what I mean? So basically, these hunters have to go inside of the gates, and then they have to like defeat the boss. And that's how they close out the gate. If they don't, then the monsters within the gates will get out, and then they can, kill civilians and whatnot. So basically, the main character goes through this. Let's just call it like a I don't know what to call it, but he goes through this certain event. I'm trying to do this without spoiling, by the way. He goes through this certain event, and he is known as the weakest hunter of all mankind, something like that, the world's weakest hunter. And somehow, because of this event, he's actually able to rank up, hence the name solo leveling. And he goes from a D class to gradually increasing and getting stronger. And I'm just trying to do this without spoiling, but that's the basic synopsis of what this story is about.
Yeah. I mean, this feels like a me type of anime, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting something a bit because I've been watching Spy Fam, Dr. Stone, stuff like that have been a bit more chilled out and
Yeah.
relaxed. I was looking for something very shonen heavy,
Uh-huh.
and this might be it. I mean, it seems like it has a lot of fighting,
Yeah.
and the fact that you can you said you can't rank up, but the dude was ranking up. How does that work?
Yeah, so he went through a certain event. I'm just trying to do this again without spoiling, but yeah, something crazy happens.
Okay, so the event caused him to be able to do that
Yeah,
to level up basically.
yeah.
Okay, got you. Damn, I mean, it seems like a very interesting plot. And guys, if you guys have not heard of solo leveling, definitely go check it out. The new season, is this the second season or the first season that
This
comes
is
out?
the first time it's coming out as like an anime. Oh, no
Okay.
sequels, nothing.
But this is definitely on my list for this season for sure. Definitely go check out solo leveling if you guys are into any type of fighting. What genres would you recommend? Related genres to solo leveling. If you like
Um,
X, you're gonna like solo leveling.
yeah, so the main character is kind of overpowered. So try to think of like a One Punch Man, but he's not actually that level of overpowered. So he becomes somewhat overpowered, but every fight that he's had to do, he's been on par with everyone. So it's kind of like, imagine if Saitama, or think of a Goku. Goku's like mad strong. How he's had to fight people, but he's always been on that level of that enemy. So like, huh. So just think of him being on par with every single person he's had to face until he gets to like a world threat level type of thing. But yeah, it's a very good story. Even though he might seem overpowered, all the fights are really, really good and interesting.
This is definitely one for my list. I know if you guys like shonen, put this on your list. A-Ray always puts me on to the best of the best. So if he's watched and read the manga and manhwa or the webtoon, and he's telling you this is good, bro, I would say just stay tuned for solo leveling for sure.
Yeah,
Keep an eye out. But let's get into the next one.
all right, so the next one is a sequel. This is actually the third season. This is Classroom of the Elite, third season. This is a psychological type of anime where it takes place in a school. I watched the first few episodes of the first season. It was pretty good. I just never really got into it, but I might have to pick this one up to be honest.
Yeah, these classroom type animes usually be lit. I'm not gonna lie. Just like
Mhm.
assassination, just giving me assassination classroom type of vibes.
Yeah.
I have not watched the first or second season, so I can't say much about it. But yeah, I mean these are usually action packed and just from what I've seen, usually so like smaller or like shorter anime, but very action packed.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is like a psychological one where basically like think of Death Note or something along the lines of that where there's a lot of thinking going on. From what I remember, and again, I was only like 4 or 5 episodes deep, there's like rankings in the class, so there's like a class D, C, B, A, or whatever. And then if a class does good, they rank up and then they get a certain amount of points. And yeah, that's basically the overall goal. But then there's a lot more things that happen behind the scenes. Like students are trying to bring on the downfall of other students. The teachers might be corrupt, stuff like that. Again, I only got 5 episodes in, but I could kind of tell where it was going.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about that. Feeling a bit sick. Sorry about the coughs, but any psychological anime, bro, those just hit different. Like
Mhm.
you got to get away from shonen sometimes, and the fighting doesn't always have to be like physical fighting
Yeah,
or like spiritual, but it could just be intellectual. And those battles just go the hardest because you see the perspective of the other guy, you see the perspective of the hero or the protagonist, and it's just like a whole cat and mouse chase. I mean, I'm very depicting this based off of Death Note, and any psychological warfare is just it's always just a fun moment, to be honest, or like a fun show. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
all right, so the next one is our first isekai. This is Tsukumichi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2. I never heard of this one season 1, so I kind of went and Googled it. So here's a synopsis real quick. High school student Misumi Makoto is called to a fantasy world by the god Tsukuyomi in order to become a hero. However, powerful others in the world aren't as thrilled to have him there, and they kick him to the edge of the world just as Tsukuyomi declares that he must leave Makoto to find it in to find his own way. Now it's up to Makoto to find his own way. All right, yo, Loki, the synopsis was kind of weak, but it's an isekai, and for it to be as popular as it is to be number 3, that's pretty impressive. Again, I haven't seen the first season, but I guess if you know, you know.
Facts, bro. But this is not going to be on my list only because the first isekai I'm going to watch is going to be the slime one,
Nah,
or that or the or
dude.
the or Mushoku Tensei, right? That's also an
Yeah,
isekai.
my boy.
One of those I got to for sure. Um, I know the boy Sugoi. He's always talking about how the slime isekai is elite. I'm not gonna lie. One of my friends was over the other day, and he was talking about the slime isekai, and he was like, "Yo, that shit's like funny as hell. It's elite basically." And I was like, "Yo, I want to get into isekai, but it's either between that or Mushoku." And yo, hey Ray, you put me on to all the good stuff, so I'm gonna have to go Mushoku for now.
Man,
I'm
respect.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
Respect.
But yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right, yo, I forgot to mention this earlier, but the way we go through these anime, we go through what is most popular on this website. We're using my anime list. So by popular, it's just whoever has the most followers. So Soul Leveling was the most popular, and we're just kind of going in order from there. So next up on the list, we have Masho's second season. The first season came out earlier this year, and me and Owen loved it. So I know me and him will both be watching this new season, but I'm a hyped on, right?
Yeah, bro. I mean, Marshall, elite. Bro, it's just too good of a show. It's not even like it's too good of a show without trying. I feel like, bro, it's such a like a chilled out show. It's not like the main character doesn't even know magic. He's just a physical specimen, and even then, like his whole school dynamics that he has to use magic and everyone thinks he's like crazy wizard even though he doesn't know anything about magic. Even
Yeah.
the teachers think he's like this this guy that can do whatever because of how physically capable he is. And bro, it's honestly giving me like Spy Family type of Anya vibes when it comes to Mashal and Anya give me the same type of like funny type of vibe where it's like they're so like nonchalant about stuff and they're so like it's I don't know what's the word. It's like these guys are always funny but not trying to act funny. They're just naturally funny, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, the theme on this says gag humor and parody, but it does a good job of balancing that with the actual plot itself. You know, like obviously if it's meant to be gag and funny, it's gonna have that for majority of the show. But again, there's still a plot. There are serious moments, and the action is actually still valid. So that's one of the reasons why I really like this. If I could summarize this for somebody that hasn't watched it, it's basically like Black Clover in the sense that it doesn't have any magic power combined with Harry Potter because they go to a school full of magic. So it's definitely very interesting and it's funny to me. I love it actually.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't expect that out of Marshall at all. I did not expect. I honestly didn't expect anything from Marshall. I expected it to be like a fake Black Clover. And you know how much I love Black Clover. I'd defend it to the day I die. So if anything tries, copying or trying to remake or jipping off from Black Clover, I would go off. But these guys really don't do that. They have their own take on Magic School. They have their own take on how someone without magic powers can actually, live amongst people or like thrive against students that know magic. And then also the fact that like he has to verse these students, and some of these students are actually very talented, and he has to verse them without magic. It gives us like a nice little perspective of fights from one side, OP magic, and the other side of no magic but OP physicality, basically. But yeah, I love that dynamic.
All right, yo, let's get into the next one. So the next one is called Chain Soldier. Honestly, I'm definitely not watching this. This is an action fantasy ecchi. So usually ecchi, I don't really be watching that. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people like it, but me personally, I don't know, man. I just can't be watching it just because it's not really my cup of tea. You know, some of them are fire, but I don't know. This one not really for me. But yo, Owen, what do
What's
you?
etchy?
Ecchi's like sus, bro. I think it's sus.
Yeah. I I mean, I'm usually the same boat when it comes to like the susness. Um Also we are so I feel like a lot of these anime are very geared towards like teenagers that are, the ages of like 15 to like 18. Like the demographic is probably 13 to 20, like the main demographic that are watching. And I get why they do this sus stuff and they do like, the overextended nudity and all that. I get that. That's a huge part of anime and anime culture. But again, me and Are, we're a bit on the boomer side. We're a bit older, so that type of stuff kind of gets cringe for us, and that's why we don't really enjoy it. But if you guys, are into etchy shit, this might be it for you. What is it called?
It is called Chained Soldier.
Chain Soldier. That sounds like some
I know the
kinky shit.
name. It does. It does. At first, you think, yo, it's on fire, but then you're like, oh shit. You read the tags, you see actually like, I don't know about all that.
Yeah. If you guys are into some, kinky ass chain bondage type shit, this might be it, bro. But if you are into that, you might be on the wrong website. But yeah, let's go. Let's get to the next one.
All right. So the next one we got is another sequel. It is The Dangers in My Heart season two. This one we cover the first original season. I want to say it was in summer or maybe it was spring, and we kind of roasted this one because it seemed weird. I don't know if you remember Owen, but basically the main character, he's just a normal kid, but he wants to like commit murders, or he's very violent. He's a very violent individual, and then he kind of starts to kind of fall for this chick. But yeah, we were kind of roasting it, and somehow this is a very popular series. So I mean, we should get violated for that. I guess. I guess we were wrong, but this is coming out with the second season.
Damn. So would you say this is a romance?
Yeah, it's a romance.
Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you. Damn, bro. It's always these crazy bitches, right? That make the dudes even crazier. No, I'm joking. But
Man.
damn, bro. Like, no, I'm not. The, I'm not trying to violate, but they're always after the crazy guys. The guys that be committing murders. Bro, why is this dude obsessed with like doing weird shit?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I guess it's popular, bro. It's enough to be popular.
I mean, he got the murder race, bro.
Murder race. Let's go.
Yeah, dude got that murder race. But yeah, let's get into the next one, bro. If you guys are into murder race, definitely go check this one out for sure.
All right, so the next one we got is bottom tier character Tomozaki second stage. So this is a sequel. This is going to be the second season of bottom tier character Tomozaki. I don't really know too much about this, but it looks like it's another drama romance type of anime.
Damn, that title is long as hell, bro. What do you
Bro,
mean bottom tier character? What the hell?
so I guess the main character is one of the best gamers in Japan in the game. The name of the game is the Game of Life. So
Damn,
maybe I don't
okay.
know, maybe I don't know.
Damn. Okay, so um we don't have too much time left. And then there's a lot of titles that we do want to get through. I think what we should do is get through the title, get through the number of followers, and just if the synopsis is worth it, just read the synopsis real quick.
Okay. So
Because we went through most of the ones that the viewers will watch. I think from here it's very acquired taste type of anime if you're going to watch these upcoming anime.
yeah. So again, let us know if you guys are watching any of these in our Discord. But like I said before earlier in this pod, this winter season is very weak compared to the rest of this year. So I'll tell y'all right now, maybe it's not the best, but we're definitely hyped for the rest of the year. All right. So next up we got Delicious and Dungeon. So this is actually one that was we saw a trailer for it and it looks mad chill. It's like about killing monsters, cooking them up, and eating them in a dungeon. It seems like a very chill. If you like anime cooking, this is the one for you. Obviously, they're in a dungeon. Next up is actually one that might be a lot more popular to people. Is Blue Exorcist? Oh, have you heard of Blue Exorcist?
Yeah, I actually have. I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
All right, so basically, what they did for second season is they went on their own anime original. So they're kind of walking that back and starting over with what is supposed to be from the manga. So this is the new Blue Exorcist Shimane Illuminati saga. So they're walking back the second season as if it never happened, and then going on from there. We haven't had Blue Exorcist in like 7 years or so. So it's definitely very hype.
Yeah, I mean, we covered this in our last podcast, right?
Yeah.
The news podcast. Yeah.
So yeah,
If
we're
if you guys are Blue Exorcist fans, you watched it before 7 years ago. It's a huge hiatus. Definitely go check out this new version. It's definitely gonna have better animations, and just you wait. So this is a remake, basically.
No, not really. So they made the second season. They just kind of made it up. It's basically all filler, and then they're actually adapting the manga like how it's supposed to be. So this is technically the third season, but it's the second season's filler.
Got you. So the second season was basically like a Mount Arc season, and then
Yeah.
now they're recontinuing the series. Okay, but yeah, I mean, if you guys have been keeping up with Blue Exorcist from 7 years ago, definitely go watch this new one. We finally got some canon content, not filler shit. So definitely go check this out.
Yep. Next up, we've got a romance anime, A Sign of Affection. It's about a hearing impaired university student. So it kind of reminds me of A Silent Voice. It's a very popular anime movie. I don't know if you heard of that one, but yeah, I mean, again, romance is something that me and Owen usually don't watch for the most part, unless it's like top tier. But yeah, thoughts on?
Yeah, probably until I'm not single anymore. I'm not gonna watch romance anime, but once I find that lucky someone, they're gonna have to watch One Piece, and I'll watch whatever Fruit Baskets or whatever these romance type of anime are for sure.
I'm dead.
But but yeah, again, I'm not too much of a romance type of guy. But if you guys are, if you guys like that romance, you like that spicy, storytelling, definitely go check this one out.
All right. We got another one, another crazy long title one here. This is Banished from the Hero's Party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, season two. So yeah, long ass title. I know a lot of people have been very hyped about this one in particular. I don't really know too much. It sounded like an isekai, but it's not tagged with isekai, so I don't know, man. Y'all have to let us know. But I probably won't be watching this to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, seems like it for me too, to be honest. The
Yeah.
title was huge.
All right. Next up, we've got Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable. I know this one is actually hella popular. I thought it was a romance, but it's only tagged with comedy. I could be wrong, but from what I know, a dude moves to Hokkaido, or yeah, a dude moves to Hokkaido, sees a really beautiful girl, and he kind of falls in love with her, and it kind of goes on from there. But yeah, I think we should move on to the next one. Next one is The Witch and the Beast. This is an action fantasy. Honestly, it's kind of crazy that we're not really seeing too much action fantasies. We're seeing like a bunch of other titles, right on?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a step in the right direction, honestly, because what everybody thinks the anime is just loud noises, fights, and cartoon type animation.
Mm-hmm.
When it's when it could seem like that from the surface, it gets way deeper than that. Even in like shows like One Piece, where you from an outside viewing in, you just see it as pirates fighting, but the storyline itself is so deep and so like deeply woven in even in our society. Like it connects so much with what's going on in our society that I do like that they're going into a stage that's less
Yeah.
shonen heavy, but more like it's a way to get the outside people in, and they don't if they don't like high action fighting all the time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, yo, for the next ones, I'm gonna kind of just go through these ones really quickly, but I'll do the notable ones, and you guys let me know if I miss anything. But we got Urusei Yatsura second season. This is very popular. We also got Shaman King Flowers, which is basically they had a remake. This is the second season of the remake. We have High Card season two. I know that season one was also very popular for there. Ishura is another one that a lot of people are really liking. Kingdom season five. Obviously, we covered Kingdom a bunch of times. This is a hella popular one, especially the manga, top 10 selling of last year and the year before. Next up, we have Buchigiri. This is a Mappa produced one. This is an original one. And I know they haven't really released too much details on it, but I know people are hyped. And lastly, Fluffy Paradise. And the reason I bring this up is shout out to one of our boys in the Discord. He told me it's hella good. I just don't want to name drop him because I'm not sure he wants me to, but shout out to him. He said this one's really good. It's an isekai, and quickly going through, that's enough for the anime. But we do have a couple of continuing. Obviously, there's Free Aaron, Undead Unluck, Shangri-La. But what's more important that we gotta cover, Ode, is the movies. So some of the movies that we are getting Haikyuu. This is the final season of Haikyuu. We're getting the movie for that. I think most people are really excited for that one. But yeah, that's gonna cover it for this one, for all the new anime that we're gonna be talking about, or most likely we'll be watching.
Which one are you gonna watch out of all these? Like, what's your top three?
No doubt, Solo Leveling. That's without a doubt I'm watching that. And Marshall is my second one.
Damn, bro, that was actually mine too. I'm gonna say One Piece is seasonal, but One Piece is my. I gotta add that in there. I did not talk about One Piece for the past 40 minutes. We're coming to a close right now. I gotta get my One Piece in there. One Piece I got arc starts January 8th, I think, or
January
somewhere
7th.
near,
Yeah.
yeah, 7th, somewhere near then. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Mashal, looking forward to that. Again, Solo Leveling, my first webtoon anime that I'm gonna watch. That's gonna be hype. And what else is there that's super popular? Doesn't JJK also stay for like another season?
No,
Core two?
this is gonna be it. I think they have a
That's
couple
it?
more
No core two?
episodes. This is the second part of the core.
Oh, this was like okay, got you. But yeah, those three are definitely my top three too. And bro, looking forward to the next year. Thank you guys so much for what's been going on this year. And yeah, ready to take us out.
Yeah, this will probably be the last part of this year. So we thank you guys all, and I guess we'll catch you guys next year. Peace.
Peace.